Today we have the new AI mode from Google. So this is Google's new Agentic mode. It's kind of like a super assistant, I would say. I'm going to show you exactly how you can use it. We'll be testing out side by side together today and taking a look at exactly how this works step by step. So if you've never used this before, let me show you exactly how it works. And how you can get access to it for free. That's one of the most important things here is you can actually use this for free. And the way that you get access to this, you just go to google.com. Hopefully, we already know how to do that. Then you're going to click on AI mode on the right-hand side. And then this is where you can start using the assistant. Now, for example, if you say, okay, 3 local events happening near me, or make a table comparing memory foam versus hybrid mattresses, etc., you can now not only search for information using the AI for free, but additionally, you can actually generate content on the go, search for local events, etc. Right? And it's a really powerful assistant. I've tested out for some really cool use cases, for example, like making reservations and stuff. Interesting, very interesting. So, for example, if we say, okay, 3 local events happening this week, you can see it now pops up. I actually really like the UI as well. I think the UI is great on this. It looks super nice. It looks better than Google's original version, to be honest. And then you can see some examples of like it pulling up the events locally, gives you some ideas of what it's looking for, etc. And actually really, really good stuff. I mean, it gives you like the itinerary of where it is, what time, etc. It's basically like a better version of meetup.com, and you've just built it directly inside here. So really amazing. Sporter says would. There we go. Hugo says reposted. I appreciate you for reposting, my friend. And Matthias says, you have no idea how much I appreciate your channel, Julian. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you too, Matthias. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it very much. So we're going to get through this now. Basically, this is just for the search. So if you actually click on, like, for example, videos, if you click on videos, it just takes you straight back to Google, which is what we don't want, right? So what we can do here is if we just go back to AI mode, we can plug in like another search. And the way this works, let me show you this. So it just got rolled out a few days ago. And obviously, this is the March 5th sort of announcement of AI mode and how it's coming to the world and blah, blah, blah. And actually, if we look at the newest updates, you can see this is from August 21st. So a brand new update that just came out a couple of days ago. And Google have said, we're bringing more advanced agentic and personalized capabilities to AI mode. Here's what's new. And so you can see here, AI mode can help you find and book restaurant reservations. This is really interesting. I've not tested that out, or maybe it's not available in my local area, but you can apparently book restaurant along the way. Let's try and test this over here. So if we go back to AI mode, is that actually going to work? Let's test it out. So if we say, okay, book a table in Tampa, Florida for 2 people, Friday night, Italian food. Let's see if that actually works. I assume I tested it in Thailand. It didn't work. But let's see if it actually works in the US, for example. So I've said here, book a table in Tampa, Florida for 2 people Friday night. Said you can book a table for 2 people, but you got to make the reservation yourself directly, Sunshine. So it doesn't seem to be able to make that for me. But what you can do here is you can go to something called Project Marina. And inside Project Marina, you can actually use an AI agent to do that for you, right? So Project Marina, if you're not familiar with it, it's quite an interesting sort of new project from Google DeepMind. And essentially what it allows you to do is to, let me pull this up so I can show you what I mean. So Project Marina here is an example. So it's a research prototype of like a human agent, right? So it can interact with your browser and that sort of thing. So that can actually go into your browser, start using things. So let's try this out. Let's test this out. So try with Google. This might not be available where I am right now. But yeah, essentially you can use Project Marina instead to help you with that, to book stuff directly and use your browser directly. But I imagine this is going to be directly embedded inside AI mode. Sporter says AI on Google search cannot make reservations directly. However, it can provide guidance on how to book a table for two. Yeah, that's what I found as well. It promises to book tables, but it doesn't seem to be able to yet. So you can see here it's also powered by Gemini 2.5 advanced reasoning. So it's got multimodal as well. You can put in like an image and that sort of thing as well. Interesting one. So trying to wrap your head around a new topic, looking for recommendations, etc. Need help deciding between two products, just ask. So let's go inside here. We go inside AI mode here. And what we're going to say now is, okay, compare in fact, we'll start a new chat here. So I'm just going to go back to AI mode. And we'll say, right, okay, make a table comparing memory foam versus hybrid mattresses. So it searches like 50 different sites, finds all the sources. So it searches like YouTube and all these other websites, and then actually generates a table here directly. Now, I remember like back in the day when I used to have my own affiliate sites, and you're trying to rank and make money with SEO, with affiliate websites. This would take like ages to generate a nice little table that was designed and that sort of thing. Whereas now, the user doesn't even have to go to your website to find that table. They can just generate it directly inside AI mode, which is pretty interesting. I mean, the need of like that stereotypical affiliate blog post is becoming more and more redundant, I would say. And then you can see here, it gives you some options on what you can do, how you can improve it, with a link at the end if you really want to test this stuff out. But it's quite interesting. And then here's the other thing. So you can actually, if we go back here, you can actually click on share, and then you can share this with other people. So you can copy the link here or share it across Facebook, Gmail, X, Reddit, and WhatsApp. So if we copy that link and then we click on this, we can actually share the results that we used, right? So you can see previous search shared right there. You can actually create apps with Project Marino as well. I've not tested that yet, but that would be pretty interesting to try out. Stairs of Islam says, perfect, Julian, happy to help, mate. And then let's see what else we can do here. I wonder if it can generate images directly inside the chat. So it doesn't seem to be able to generate images directly inside the chat like Gemini, but at the same time, I think if you can upload images here, right? So if we take an image, for example, like a thumbnail here, and then we say, okay, what does this say? Or research more information about this. See if that works. So it can actually read the image. It understands what that is actually about. And then it explains what it is. So it can like, I assume like if you took a product image and that sort of thing, you could actually research it pretty quickly. Let's test this out. So if I let's say I grab the image of a book, and then we're going to say, okay, plug that in. What's this about? You can paste it in as well. The other thing that I found really, really good about this is it can actually give you ideas on, what is this doing? Can give you ideas, for example, on how to plan out your trips and that sort of thing as well. Right, I'll go on to that in a sec. You can see here, so for example, if we plug in the image directly into AI mode, it's like the image you provided shows the cover of the Link Builder Mastery book. This book is about blah, blah, blah. Insert some bullet points. Okay, good to go. And then it's got relevant links to like Amazon, Google Books, YouTube, Amazon Netherlands for some reason on the right-hand side here. So it's pretty impressive. It's pretty good so far. Let's try something else now. So I want to say, right, okay, I'm going to Tokyo, Shibuya, in November for 3 nights. Give me some ideas on fun plus weird things to do there. I know like Japan has got some weird and crazy stuff. So let's see if it comes up with some good ideas. So it gives you some ideas on where to go, what to do, etc. Wander Takashita Street, explore Cat Street. find some high-end shopping, some peculiar characters if you want to go see rockabilly dancers, enjoy a cheeky little picnic, immerse yourself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So now what I'm going to say is if I give him a date, plan out the itinerary for November, 3 nights, I'll put like November the 5th to the 9th. Include sumo wrestling. See if it can do that. It literally looks through like 200 different sites, which is wild. And then you can see here it's come up with the itinerary. So it's like, right, here's what you're going to do day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. It's basically got the best of both worlds here as well. So you've got the agentic ability of using something like Google and Gemini, but then you've also got like the links directly to arrange stuff, get all the details, etc. Right? So you can see here all the details and get straight to it, which is really easy and simple to do as well. So it's like, right, night 1, here's what you're gonna do. Night 2, etc. And then I think if you said, right, okay, give me timings 2. And then it's going to tell you exactly what to do. So like it's got the time 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Okay, here's what you're going to do. Pretty cool. Makes everything really easy to set up. Let's have a look. So we got your Yogi Park, theme bar, etc. Comes up with loads of ideas. Just plans it out. So if you're like, right, okay, I don't know what to do today, I need some ideas, it will give you the timings, where to go, what to do, the reasons why to go, etc., which is pretty cool as well. Tony says hello. If you've got anything you want me to try whilst we're on the live stream, let me know. But it looks really cool. Definitely looks a lot better than some of the other stuff I've done. Let's have a look what people are saying on Twitter about it. So Fire said, has anyone figured out how to turn off AI mode search predictions? I wonder if I've got that inside AI here. So if we go to AI mode, look, yeah, so it gives you some ideas here. Let's try the predictive. Doesn't give me any predictive questions there. Interesting. You can operate it via mic as well, so you can do the mic assistance there too. And then if you want to look at your history, you can see the history on the left-hand side over here. I assume that this becomes more and more personalized based on who you are and the information that you give it as well over time, which is pretty cool. And then there's some interesting use cases here. So for example, you could say like, okay, based in this location, when is the best time to do X, right? So if I say, okay, I'm in Rome, Italy, when's the best time, day and time to play paddle this week? And then it'll start generating the responses right there. But yeah, really cool. I mean, no, a lot of people have been saying like, you know, Google with AI, nobody's going to Google anymore, etc. I think that Google basically tried to wipe themselves out by creating a better product than has ever been seen before. What would be interesting as well to know is like, how do you get inside AI mode, right? How do you rank inside there? So let's say, for example, see what we got here. Yeah, so if we look at the keyword, for example, like SEO trend in Japan, we're ranking #1 for that keyword here. Let's see if we actually rank inside AI mode as well. So if we go back to AI mode, see if it's the same rankings or if they use something different for the searches, right? So it does pull in the response here, and you can see the website ranking here. So if you want to rank and get customers from AI mode as well, I would say that it seems like it's basically the same sort of process, right? It's the same ranking system. So for example, you see my website ranking #1 in AI mode right here. And then you can also see that it's pulled in the results, the recommendation for my agency as well, right? And that's quite easy to basically duplicate. If you want to steal that process from me, basically what we're doing here is we're creating content on our website for our keyword, getting AI to optimize it, building a few backlinks to it, and then ranking it, not just inside Google now, but also inside Google AI mode. Chuck says, in this AI era, can anyone use AI to create content that ranks on search engine today if the prompt is well crafted? Yeah, I mean, like, for example, if we have a look at this example, perfect timing. So this is just a website that I've created, and you can see it's ranking #1 there. It's also ranking inside the search results here, and that's for our target keyword, right? So it works really well. It's pretty easy to do, quite simple to replicate as well. And then if you wanted to do that, here's the way that I would approach it, right? So let's say, for example, I'm in the SEO training niche. Well, I'm going to type in SEO training into a tool like Ahrefs here. And obviously, it's going to be super difficult to rank for. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to keyword ideas. Then we're going to sort by keyword difficulty, go for those easy keywords. So keyword difficulty 10 or less. This goes from 0 to 100, 100 being the highest, 0 being the easiest. We want to find the easy stuff, right? So we're going to click on show results like so. This gives us a bunch of keyword ideas. And then from here, for example, like if you find, see this KD0, SEO training Japan, really easy to rank for, right? That's how we can rank for it. So that's the keyword research process, and that's stage 1. And then stage 2, you want to really start creating the content. Now, you can create the content any way that you want to, but let me show you how I normally do this, right? If you want like a full refined process on this, check out the SEO Elite Circle, link in the comments description. Basically, we're just going to take this prompt like so. Then we're going to go over to, I'm going to go to ChatGPT because it knows me so well, but you could also use, for example, like Claude if you want better writing, right? It depends if you want more personalization or if you want better writing. So for me, I'm going to go for personalization, and I'm going to say, okay, create an SEO optimized article for this. Keyword equals SEO training Japan. Source context, here's what I do, etc. Here's my SEO Elite Circle. Then we're going to click enter. And that's going to start creating the content for our post. And it's all personalized to me. It's like, right, I'm Julian Goldie. Here's why I'm an expert. Here's why I sell, etc. Here's a link to buy, right? So it includes CTAs inside the content, as you can see, straight to the SEO Elite Circle. And then it's got loads of other information, right? And so what you can do is you can pretty much edit that down slightly. And I'll show you a checklist in a second of how to do that. But then you could publish that to your website. It's even got like really nice FAQs. It's nicely formatted. You know, there's no big blocks of text, etc. Right? And so this is AI content, but it's generated to get organic traffic, right? So that's the difference. You can create content with AI, publish it to your website, optimize it, like you can see right here, and then you can rank it on Google, as you can see, and you can also rank it inside AI mode. The other cool thing about this as well is, I think if we go over to something like Perplexity, which is another AI search engine, you can see my website ranking #1 there, and it's pretty easy to do, right? You can see even here it says, this is really, really interesting. So inside Perplexity, it says, if desired, a free SEO strategy session with Julian Goldie is available to get a personalized preview of what can be achieved with SEO training, right? And so it recommends me inside this section. It recommends me inside the AI search engine here. And that's how you can rank inside AI search engines. Pretty simple process, but it works very, very well. And Delvey says, not gonna lie, seeing you teach this for free is awesome. That's awesome as well. I appreciate it. You know, I was thinking about like, what are the best things you can do in life? And I think one of the best things is just helping other humans, right? I think that's what we're all here for, right? So if I can create free training that helps people online, I'm more than happy to do that. I think currently on Twitter, for example, we reach like 6.7 million people a month, which is pretty insane. Let me pull up the analytics here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we reach 6.7 million people per month. 6.7 times 12, so that's 80 million people a year, right? And so even just on X, let alone YouTube, which we get about 2 million people a month on, we're helping over 100 million people a year learn about this stuff for free. So yeah, it's awesome, and I appreciate you being one of them. Thanks for joining. Maxime says Google AI Super Agent. That's what we're looking at today. That is what we're looking at today, my friend. Now, the final process, of course, when it comes to ranking inside agentic mode is the link building process, right? So I'll show you an example. So if we take that keyword like so, what you're typically going to find, right, is the pages with the most backlinks are going to rank at the top, and the pages with the least backlinks are going to rank at the bottom, like that, right? Number two backlinks sitting at position number 7. HubSpot's page with 8,000 backlinks is ranking at the top. Usually you only need like 2 or 3 to rank. That's just an extreme example, but it shows you the difference between like why you need backlinks. We've got tons of case studies on our website on how we do this stuff. But yeah, essentially that's how you can rank inside the AI mode and start getting customers out of it as well. Sporter says that's pretty great. The Perplexity and other AI platforms, you're ranking so fast. Honestly, this stuff it's almost too easy if you have the right processes, right? So for example, let's have a look here. I mean, we go in here. If we have a look, for example, what we published recently. Let me find some examples for you in a sec. So for example, if we go into, maybe we go into Perplexity, something like that. Yeah, so you can see, for example, here, if you type in like notebook tutorial for LM, you can see that it recommends YouTube a lot as well. So YouTube is something that also ranks really well here. Let's try something else. If people are searching for information, yeah, it'll give you suggestions here. So you can see, for example, my YouTube video down here for learning NA10.2. So I mean, YouTube is another great way to rank. So you've got 2 different options there. You can create content on your website, that'll rank pretty well. And you can also create content on YouTube, and then that'll rank pretty well. And if you're doing the same sort of strategies as us to get more customers, then what you're also going to do is you're going to create content on both, right? And it's quite easy to like to mix them up and that sort of thing. Maxime says, where's that? So all you do to access this is you just go to Google, click AI mode, and then you're straight in there. Just got rolled out to loads more countries. And Maxime said, can't wait for Google to do like Perplexity browser. Yeah, I think that's coming. I think it's just a matter of time. Like if you look at the rise of Project Marina, the rise of AI mode with Google, it's becoming more and more AI powered, but for sure, like Chrome needs to bring out some good extensions to make this better. And Chuck says, I think consistency on content creation could also contribute to ranking these days. Yeah, that's it as well. I mean, the thing is with consistency is it builds authority. And if you build authority, then you've got way more chance of ranking. The other thing I was going to say here is like, you can also rank inside. Let me pull up an example here. I want to find you an example. All right. So this is a good example of what you can do and how easy it is to rank. So if we take the example of SEO training Honiton, which is a keyword people are searching in on Google, right? So if we type in SEO training Honiton, you can see that people are searching for this on the autocomplete right there, right? And so what you can see on the first page of Google here is that for this keyword, we rank both a YouTube video and a website. Now, if we go over to AI mode, you can also see that a website ranks directly here, right? Which is pretty cool. And then also if we go inside, I think if we go onto YouTube directly, we should be able to see this, but let's see. So if we type in the same keyword, yeah, you can see my AI generated video right there as well, right? And so it's really easy to create content and rank it across multiple platforms, and then just squeeze as much content traffic as you can out of every single platform, right? The other thing is as well here, because you're creating the blog content, that's going to train other LMs to do this as well. My team says I do not have this feature on Google yet. I'm sure it'll be coming. But yeah, that's basically how you can use AI mode to grow your business, and also how it works step by step and how you can use it in a really useful way. All right, let's have a look at some other use cases here. What are fun backgrounds there right now? Interesting. So you can basically do like weather related searches here, or seasonal related searches as well. And you can compare products pretty easily too. So what's the difference in sleep tracking features between a smart ring, smartwatch, and tracking mat? And then it'll pull in different ideas right here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Recommendations, really good for. You can also do a deep search apparently as well. Let's try that. I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Let's have a look here. Maybe I don't have it available. I think you're going to get different modes available for different people depending on where you are in the world. But you can see how that works. Daniel says, is your AI avatar made using HeyGen? So we actually offer a few different ways to do that. If you go inside the AI Profit Boardroom here, link in the comments description, type in avatar. Once you're inside, you'll see all these different ways that we generate avatar videos, right? So there's loads of different trainings on that, including like how to use Grok even to help you with that. But essentially, if you want to learn how to create avatar videos like we do, just steal the process from here. First letter says, yo, glad to catch you live. What would you say are your top 5 most used AI tools? I have ChatGPT as number 1, GenSpark as number 2. Yeah, I really like GenSpark. Claude is really good for writing as well. And then also I would say, yeah, HeyGen is really good. 11 Labs, very, very good if you're creating a lot of content. Yeah, and just constantly building like custom GPTs for whatever you do daily, right? If you have a daily task, just get it on a GPT ASAP, right? And then Spoiler says, your videos don't mention the keywords in the description. Is it just grabbing you from your context? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like YouTube is so good at understanding a video now and ranking it that you don't need to put the keywords inside the description or anything like that. You can just have a normal title. It takes a transcript. Boom, you're good to go. Click on the button on the left for deep mode. So I've got upload image, microphone, send. These are optional suggestions. That's like to create a new search, I think. And then we've got history. I can't see an option for deep search. Daniel says, thanks, appreciate you. And Maxime says, Minimax is powerful. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, cool. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get all of my trainings on how to use Google AI mode and all these other modes, then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. It's an awesome community where we just share our wins, learn together, ask each other questions. You know, if you post a question inside the community here, we get back to you ASAP. Additionally, inside the classroom here, you can see all these different workflows and templates and courses and trainings, etc. We also do 5 live calls per week. so you can jump on the live calls. And if you can't make them, you can watch them back on the recordings or just ask us a question inside the community here. Also run like NA10 automation masterclasses every week as well. And then additionally, it comes with a risk-free guarantee. So you can try it, see what you think. If you don't like it, no problem. We'll give you your money back and we'll high-five you on the way out, right? So feel free to check that out. Link in the comments description. If you want to get some freebies, then join the AI Money Lab. We drop daily trainings in there too. Like you can see, it's a community of 22,000 members. And also inside the classroom here, you'll find a bunch of training too. And if you can't find the link, just check the link in the comments description. You can get access. And then additionally, if you want to hire us to do everything for you, book in an AI automation session. On that call, basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at where you spend your time, what automations you need, and then how you can automate everything directly here, right? So feel free to get that link in the comments description. Maxime says Google AI mode is agent deep searching, not like general agents. So you can do deep searches inside AI mode depending on which country you're in. It's not actually available for me, so if I assume for some people you can't get it. But yeah, for most people, probably in the US, it's mostly based. You can use deep search, like you can see inside the examples, right? So really cool stuff there. I mean, the other thing to note here is like a lot of people worried that nobody would use Google anymore or anything like that. But if you look at what they're doing, I mean, they're just advancing and improving way faster than anyone else. Like, who else has a mode like AI mode that's available for free to everyone in the world? No one else, right? Like, it is the best AI search in the world, I would say right now. And they're absolutely dominating. So I think, you know, from what I've seen, they're winning the race when it comes to AI, and they're absolutely smashing it. I mean, for example, if we look at how they're doing as a company, we'll look over the last 5 years, you can see that they're just growing all the time, right? They're exponentially growing. One of the biggest AI companies in the world. So thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Cheers. Bye-bye.